They locked eyes, and the world saw it. Not just a glance, not just a staged photo op. There was something in that moment: tension, chemistry, recognition. You don't need a PhD in body language to see it. Elon Musk can tweet all he wants about his mother being there, about how there's no romantic relationship whatsoever. But let's not pretend that's the whole story. That's not denial. That's deflection. That's damage control from a man who knows exactly what he's doing and exactly how much he's giving away. The truth is, Musk is covering something up. Not an affair, not a scandal, something more subtle, more human, more inconvenient for a man obsessed with control: real emotion. The kind he doesn't want scrutinized, especially not in public. He's not a fool. He knows the world watches his every move, records every word, dissects every expression. In that moment with Giorgia Meloni, he let something slip. A look, a softness, a flash of admiration that went deeper than politics, deeper than ceremony, and now he wants to walk it back. The excuse? His mother was there, as if maternal presence is some kind of chastity belt. As if a man known for making billion-dollar jokes on Twitter suddenly needs to clarify he wasn't flirting because his mom was in the room. Give us a break. That's not clarification, that's misdirection. That's the kind of line you throw out when you're trying to bury something under the weight of plausibility. But let's rewind. Meloni didn't just receive an award, she requested Musk to be the one to give it to her. That's not a coincidence. That's calculated. She wanted him. Not some diplomat, not some bureaucrat. The richest man in the world. The iconoclast. The rebel. The man who speaks in code and memes and rockets. And Musk? He showed up. Not once. Twice last year, he flew to Italy to meet her. For what? To talk about electric vehicles? Please. You don't travel across the globe on a whim unless something pulls you. Curiosity. Fascination. Maybe more. He stood on that stage and didn't just hand her an award, praised her. Lavishly. More beautiful inside than outside. That's not a neutral statement. That's not diplomacy. That's personal. That's a man speaking from somewhere inside himself that he usually keeps locked down. When Musk compliments someone, it's usually functional, strategic, a nod to intelligence or innovation. But this was something else. This was admiration with an edge. He saw something in her that caught him off guard, and in that moment, he let it show. Meloni saw it too. Her smile wasn't political, it was knowing. She called him a precious genius, and she meant it. Not like an ally, not like a fellow leader, like someone who gets it. Like someone who sees through the noise and recognizes the chaos and brilliance beneath the surface. These two aren't just playing the game, they're rewriting the rules. And in each other, they see a reflection of that same fire. But Musk can't admit that, not publicly. Not yet. He's built his empire on disruption, but he knows the cost of vulnerability. He knows what happens when the narrative slips out of his hands. So he leans into denial. He uses the internet's obsession with scandal to bury the truth in plain sight. There's nothing going on, he says, knowing full well that silence would have been less suspicious. But that's not how Musk operates. He overcorrects. He insists. And in doing so, he raises more questions than he answers. Because if there was really nothing, he wouldn't say a word. He'd let the photo float, let the rumors die. But he didn't. He jumped in. He needed to say something. That urgency? That's not the behavior of a man unmoved. That's the reaction of someone who felt something, saw it get exposed, and panicked just a little. And maybe that's what makes this so compelling. Musk, the master of performance, the architect of spectacle, tripped over something real. This wasn't a brand move. It wasn't a marketing stunt. It was a crack in the armor. A moment where a man who builds rockets to escape Earth couldn't escape the gravity of a connection. And now he's scrambling to seal it back up. But the world saw what it saw. You can't unsee it. You can't unfeel it. That glance charged, alive, fleeting, said more than any press release ever could. It was a slip, a spark, a truth too raw for the narrative Musk wants to control. And so, he denies. He distracts. He tweets about his mother. But, underneath all of it, there's a man who felt something he didn't intend to show. And now, like every genius who loses grip for just a second, he's trying to undo the moment that gave him away. Meloni knows it. She's not chasing the headline. She doesn't have to. She's already in his orbit. Not romantically, at least not publicly, but undeniably. There's a gravitational pull between them that isn't about love or politics. It's about recognition. Two forces who understand the cost of power, the loneliness of leadership, the thrill of being ungovernable. So let him deny it. Let him tell the world he felt nothing. But the image remains. The look remains. And whether he admits it or not, that moment at the gala wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't scripted. It was real. And for a man who's built a life on controlling the future, that's the one thing he couldn't control. Underneath all of it, there's a man who felt something he didn't intend to show. And now, like every genius who loses grip for just a second, he's trying to undo the moment that gave him away. Meloni knows it. She's not chasing the headline. She doesn't have to. She's already in his orbit. Not romantically, at least not publicly, but undeniably. There's a gravitational pull between them that isn't about love or politics. It's about recognition. Two forces who understand the cost of power, the loneliness of leadership, the thrill of being ungovernable. So let him deny it. Let him tell the world he felt nothing. But the image remains. The look remains. And whether he admits it or not, that moment at the gala wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't scripted. It was real. And for a man who's built a life on controlling the future, that's the one thing he couldn't control.